Welcome back to the program. For more on our top stories and others, visit our websites, channelstv.com and youtube.com/channelsweb. Log on to m.channelstv.com to watch us on your mobile device or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. The Channels TV and Channels 24 app will give you access to news and updates. You'll also have access to the Eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions to share. The Yobe State government has distributed the sum of 21 million naira among the 115 victims of the Nguru Central Market fire. The permanent secretary of the State Emergency Management Agency, Mr. Idi Jidawa, while supervising the distribution, says the government's gesture is to support the lost means of livelihoods of the victims.
It's barely over a month since the fire that engulfed Nguru Central Market in Yobe State caused a halt in the economic activities of traders and shop owners. Now the State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, after an assessment of the scene, visit the victims to distribute cash in their support. The 115 victims gather at the Nguru Local Government Secretariat of the state with leadership of the Market Traders Association, Nguru Local Government Authority and security operatives to receive the aid. The permanent secretary of SEMA emphasizes the need to upgrade the markets.
It is a collaborative effort between the SEMA, local government council and the official unions of the Traders Association. Together we compiled the list, we went and verified and validated, and then we processed same. And even now during the payment, all those efforts around the securities are there, the officials of the trade associations are there, and then members of the local government are here. So collectively, and you can see it's an open book. The share from whatever be the contour of an estimated loss to a person, we recommend certain percentage for the person to be given.
Apart from fire disasters, several communities in Yobe State have also recorded cases of flooding and other disasters. But what helps reduce the sufferings of the victims are the various interventions coming from government, non-governmental organizations, politicians, and spirited individuals.
More state governments are gearing up for the new year and have been presenting how much they intend to spend in 2018. This report focuses on the budget presentations of the Oyo and Niger state governments.
In Oyo State, southwest Nigeria, Governor Abiola Ajimobi is putting forward a budget of 267.4 billion naira for the year 2018 before the State Assembly. He calls it a budget of stabilization, with capital expenditure expected to go up 149.1 billion naira, while recurrent expenditure would have 118.37 billion naira.
For economic sector, we are budgeting 85 billion, which is 57% of the total budget. The social services sector, we are budgeting 54 billion, which is 36%. For law and justice, 0.517 billion, which is 35%.
Governor Sani Bello of Niger State is proposing an estimate of over 120.1 billion naira, comprising capital expenditure of over 75.85 billion naira and recurrent estimate of over 52.15 billion naira. The budget, tagged the People's Budget, focuses on rural development through the provision of infrastructure at the grassroots.
The 2018 proposed budget is based on community participation, inclusiveness, and responsiveness to the yearnings and aspirations of the people.
With these proposed spending plans laid down by some of the governors, residents of these states will be hoping for a smooth implementation of the bills in the new year.
Meanwhile, in a bid to strengthen its internally generated revenue, the Enugu state governor has launched an automation project which dissolves the manual collection system to align with the current economic realities. During the launch of the revenue scheme, Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi explained that the new order will stamp out corruption in the civil service.
The Enugu state government is bringing in new ways of improving revenue generation in the state and devising other means of fighting sharp practices in the internal revenue service.
Excellency, Enugu state is in the hands of God. Amen. The major objective here is to install a full-blown integrated tax management system where the process of revenue assessment, collection, and accounting is automated. The system also aims at achieving interconnectivity of all revenue heads, both tax and non-tax. It is this process of automation that Your Excellency will also be flagging off today.
It is my privilege to announce to you all the successful automation of all areas of the Internal Revenue Service, from the electronic-based enumeration to the biometric-based registration, to the issuance of the modern electronic ESBN card, to electronic-based assessment, payment, receipt issuance, and tax clearance certificates.
According to the state governor, an automated revenue service will ensure that all funds are properly accounted for.
The ESBN is a unique identification number that gives institutions and individuals access, government services, and benefit from the programs of government. I urge all adult residents of the state to quickly register freely with the State Internal Revenue Service to continue enjoying the numerous services and programs which the government is offering. Meanwhile, registration is free.
Internally generated revenue in Enugu State has risen from 14 billion naira in 2016 to 18 billion naira in the first 10 months of 2017. And according to the state government, these measures will help consolidate the gains and improve efficiency of the system.
Less than 2 weeks to the end of the year, state police commands have increased patrols and surveillance to reduce all forms of crime and keep communities safe. Let's take a look at some of the operations in Benue, Rivers and Bayelsa states. Security agencies across the country have continued to intensify their efforts in ridding the nation of crime. In the south-south, there seems to be an increase in the crime rate in Enugu, the Bayelsa state capital, a situation the police blames on the unauthorized possession of firearms.
We are looking at the possibility of trying to encourage people to turn in their weapons, because we find out that the action prior to the amnesty period had not really yielded the desired result, because there are still a lot of people that are with small weapons, and we are doing everything to encourage people to turn in. We have intensified the patrol system. We still have little challenges which the governor had promised he was going to assist, especially on improved logistics in terms of improving on, instead of static, to do motorized patrols everywhere within the nooks and crannies of the society. We've tried to safeguard the banks, and we would inconvenience citizens within the period because we are conducting some stop and search.
Still in the region, there's an ongoing sting operation in Rivers State to put an end to illegal trade of the nation's currency.
On Tuesday, 12 December 2017, men of the Command and the Department of the State Services, DSS, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria in a sting operation aimed at forestalling illicit sale of Naira notes, clamped down on the alleged illegal Naira vendors and sellers. The operation was carried out in line with the Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Act, Sections 20 and 21 thereof. Subsection 20, subsection 4 of that Act makes it an offense punishable by a term of imprisonment not less than 5 years for any person to falsify, make or counterfeit any banknote or coin issued by the central bank, which is a legal tender in Nigeria. Whereas Section 21, subsection 1 makes it an offense punishable for any person to hawk, sell, or otherwise trade in the Naira notes coins, or any other notes issued by the bank.
Security agencies usually anticipate an increase in the crime rate, which is why there's always a security red alert during the Ember months to ensure communities are more secure and residents live without fear. Still ahead on the program, Channels Television wins another award. That's the CIPM award. Details coming up shortly.